On the edge of the North York Moors lies the picturesque town of Kirby Moorside, home to auctioneer Angus Ashworth.
Thank you, madam.
With the help of his team...
That's rather a good fit.
I really like that piece.
What's wrong with you now, Pete? Look, spiders, they're not going to get you.
Angus has been running his auction house for more than a decade.
Bless you, Angus.
When he's not on his rostrum...
Right, that's it. I'm leaving my beloved Yorkshire.
He's clearing cluttered homes.
There's a lot of stuff in the loft, obviously, I hoarded.
Finding unwanted items to go under his gavel.
You want us to take everything?
Empty it.
If you think it's worthwhile taking.
That is fantastic. I love that.
Using his expert knowledge...
Oh, look at that.
He uncovers hidden gems...
Things I have to do for my job.
And discovers valuable heirlooms.
That is gorgeous. Do you ever think you were born in the wrong era?
Yes.
Back at the sale room, he turns these forgotten treasures...
At £600.
Wow. ...into incredible windfalls of cash. Amongst North Yorkshire's rolling landscape, staff at the auction house are gearing up for another day of discovery, ready to find out what treasures auctioneer Angus will be bringing back to Kirby Moorside.
Look at that.
That's
good,
lovely. That is nice.
And ready for action, dynamic van duo Pete and Gary.
You ready?
Where are we going?
Harrogate.
Oh.
You got plenty of packing and paper and stuff?
You're ready?
There's a lot of globe lamps and things like that. It's all 1920s, which you remember well, don't you, Gary?
No, pay well.
Excuse me, excuse me.
Anyway, let's get to Harrogate. Nice local job.
All right.
It's only a 45-mile trip to Harrogate, a Victorian spa town said to be one of Yorkshire's poshest places to live. So they'd better mind their P's and Q's.
Oh, this rain's coming down hard, isn't it?
Can't beat a bit of rain.
Hopefully it'll just be a passing shower. It'll be red hot sunshine when we pull up at Harrogate. Well, we're going to meet Marion and her husband David. The whole house is like Art Deco. 1920s, 30s.
Everything. Time tunnel.
So I'm really looking forward to this, actually. I'm quite interested.
Even down to the bricks and mortar.
This has been my ultimate aim, to have a property which lends itself to Art Deco, and the 1922 built. We're the only second owners. I began collecting Art Deco in the late 70s, early 80s, and I've been collecting ever since. I'm an obsessive, I just love it.
The Art Deco period was like almost a revolution of design and fashion. It was, you know, you moved out the Art Nouveau period, the Edwardian period, which was quite fluid and floral and lots of shapes and curves, and then, you know, you got the Deco period, which was quite straight lines, cuboid.
Why is she selling this things then?
They got to that stage where they think, you know, thin out the house a little bit, make it a little bit more user-friendly, being a bit practical about sort of the latter years of their life, really.
David's had ill health, bad accident not so long ago down the stairs. If the house hadn't been so full of clutter, might not have been such a bad injury. And that made me think.
I feel a bit sorry for Marion because I know how much she appreciates all the pieces she's bought and cherished. But things are a bit, we just got too much.
Well, here it is, and it looks good. I like the look of this. They've even got deco gates into the driveway.
Oh, good morning. You found us okay?
I did. Are you all right?
Yes, we're fine. Glad to come in.
Thank you very much.
This is the dining room.
I don't know where to look first.
You look high, you look low, look in the middle. There's always something.
I feel like, you know, walked onto the set of Praro or something. Is the whole house like this?
Not as much upstairs, purely and simply because we didn't want the house to be a museum.
What sort of bits potentially in here would you be looking to
Well,
for us to find a new home for. I'll phrase it that way.
the sofa and 2 chairs.
Wow. I mean, it is beautiful, isn't it? Just the curves and the graining in the wood is lovely. That walnut
Yeah.
and leather, I
Yeah.
mean, it's a classic look,
Yes.
isn't it? A real focal point, potentially, for the collection in the sale, you know?
Yes. OK. May I draw your attention to something before we leave this room?
Yeah, certainly.
Considering letting this garniture clock go.
OK.
Garniture is a set of 3 or more decorative pieces, often with a clock as the centrepiece.
It does work, just blends in beautifully with the decor in the room.
Yes.
But I've got another 2.
As you do, yeah.
I'm not one to think I'm buying a new piece, so I'll sell on an existing piece. My mantra has always been, as David will tell you, I will find a space.
Well, I'm excited to see the rest of the house.
OK, please walk this way.
OK. So this is the sitting room.
Yes.
Wow. Look at this piano. I'm taking it to knee stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mini piano.
Eve Stuff started making these mini pianos in the 1930s and were just the right size for apartments.
What's lovely about this, I've never ever seen one with lamps on the front. I mean, they just make it, those chrome lamps. And you really have collected hard, haven't you? Is that something that would be to go?
Yes. Anything else?
That lamp is superb. I mean, absolutely stunning. And, you know, now they're even copying that design. So to get an original one in that condition is absolutely phenomenal. That will get a lot of interest.
I've got another lady lamp upstairs, so...
That lady lamp could go?
Yeah.
That is gorgeous. I didn't even dare ask if that was going to go. What a phenomenal thing. You said upstairs wasn't very deco-y.
Well, it's not really.
Well, it is. Look at it. It's amazing. Clearly, it's not just about the home furnishings.
No.
There's handbags, there's hats, coats.
Shoes.
You're into the whole fashion, aren't you? And, yeah.
Jewellery.
Do you ever think you were born in the wrong era?
Yes.
It's safe to say it's a style Marion's into.
Art Deco, to me, is a statement of progress. The materials that they were looking to use, the plastics they were developing, all new, speed, the jazz age, it was just amazing.
Oh, you made it, lads.
Yep, yeah.
I'll take the jacket off. I'm even going to give you a hand. Yep, I'll pack.
All right,
Yeah,
yeah.
come on, then.
Wow.
It's tough for Marion. These are her babies. She spent her life collecting all this and putting together, and it's a fantastic collection. And hopefully we'll do her proud. But, you know, it's looking to the future and being practical for her husband and life down the road.
While the boys pack things up downstairs, Angus has a good snoop around the bedroom. Several things catch his eye that he hopes will fetch good prices at auction.
This is ladies' fashion at the height. Look at this. You've got all these dressing table jars for all your potions and everything else. That, if you've got a window display in a shop and you're selling cosmetics or something like that, that would make a great feature piece to then sell your items from. But that is gorgeous.
It's the other half of the lady lamps Marion mentioned downstairs.
When you think deco, you think about lamps, and there's a lot of good lamps in this house. I mean, some exceptional ones. But you have to find a globe lamp, and I'm really glad Marion's letting us take one. And we've got this one here, the lady. I've had a good look at it. You've got a marble base. Quite often these were in bronze. I think this has been bronzed. It's a base metal rather than a solid bronze. And then you have this globe, so the light lights up through that globe, and it's just beautiful and elegant. This one would probably sort of 150 to 250, maybe 2 to 3 on a good day. And that, for me, is lovely. And we couldn't come to a deco house like this and not go away with a globe lamp, because they're so iconic of that era.
There's more to catch Angus's eye in the dining room.
Mirrors, they're always popular, you know, people like them. The deco ones, again, popular. But what you've got to remember is this design and fashion went across all budgets in that time. So they, just because they've got the look doesn't necessarily mean they're
hugely valuable. But this is nice because it's got a bit of colour to it, and all the panels are beveled.
Beveled, sloping edges to you and me, were cut by hand, which upped the quality and upped the price too.
They're not huge money. You know, we're talking tens of pounds rather than hundreds, but still a nice thing. The colour will just lift it and make it a little bit more attractive.
While Pete and Gary get on with the heavy lifting, out in the annex where Marion stores even more Art Deco, she has a surprise for Angus.
There are a couple of things in here you may be interested in, Angus, which
Oh, wow.
isolated.
Look at that kitchen. That is incredible.
Angus has just clapped eyes on something from the 1950s. A rare English rose-fitted kitchen.
I've never seen one in the flesh. I know about them. I mean, they were made after the war at Spitfire factories. All the surplus of metal, what do they do? And they made these kitchens. So that is fantastic.
Thank you, but not for sale.
So we're not taking the kitchen?
No, afraid not.
OK.
But this might be of interest. Lloyd Loom,
Lloyd Loom.
Lusty,
Yep.
with the matching standard lamp.
I love that. Do you know, I've never seen a standard lamp. Lloyd Loom is, well, it's a type of furniture, but it's using a process of woven paper, really, that was a lot more durable than wicker. It was a cheap alternative, and it was hugely popular in the 1930s, and it's actually come back in fashion now, and it is really popular.
Time to flex those muscles, the heaviest item in the collection.
I love that piano. I love it all. I'm holding it together. I don't know what I'm going to be like this evening. You've got to be sensible, haven't you?
Marion hopes downsizing will avoid any future accidents.
Going up.
Oh, look at that! It works now.
With the van loaded, it just leaves Marion to see how her place looks now.
The space, unbelievable. The room's kept its integrity for Art Deco, but it's space. I'm sad to lose the pieces that have gone, but I can now begin to appreciate better the pieces that are left.
Angus has taken over 100 of Marion's precious items.
Well, absolute pleasure, Marion. Thank you so much. And we will see you on auction day.
Yes.
And remember, you're not meant to be buying anything.
Oh,
But you can if you want.
that'll be a problem.
Brilliant. OK, well, thank you very much. Take
Thank
care.
you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. I cannot say I've got regrets. Tomorrow will tell you that, because tomorrow it will sink in.
And I know it's a wrench for her, but it's been a good day, and I think there's going to be quite a few lots once we've sorted through it all. It'll be a fairly big sale for them.
It's the next day in North Yorkshire. Sales manager Mark and valuer Charlotte are eager as always to find out what's arrived at Kirby Moorside.
Oh, what you got here then?
That clearance from Harrogate yesterday.
Right, it's all lovely stuff, isn't it?
Everything's immaculate. Nice lamp.
Is that Lloyd Loom then?
It certainly is. Meanwhile, musical instrument valuer George is having a Liberace moment with the mini piano.
I think it's just different because it's so compact. A lot of the smaller pianos compromise on the sound because they're trying to fit into such a small gap, but actually this one still sounds nice.
All it needs is some fine-tuning. In the sale room, the Lloyd Loom lamp attracts even more interest from the auction house geeks, including manager Jeremy.
Have you seen this?
In 40 years, I've never ever seen one.
I've never, ever had a Lloyd Loom standard lamp.
Anybody that collects it, Lloyd Loom, will have a chair, a blanket box, won't they? A bedside cabinet.
Have one of these.
I think that'll do well. I think there'll be a lot of interest in that because, I mean, if we haven't seen that many, there can't be that many about, can there?
And actually, that sort of thing's come right back in fashion, hasn't it? Really.
The time has come for one of the auction house's most stylish sales. Marion and David are a little nervous.
I've got mixed emotions about today. I'm sure that I've done the right thing in doing the clearing, and it's better for our situation. So,
After 50 years buying Art Deco, she hopes buyers today will love her pieces as much as she has.
it's so comfortable and it's beautiful, and I've never seen one like it. A sad loss, I'm afraid, but it'll go to a good home, hopefully. Oh, yeah, it's so comfy. We could be here some time.
Don't get too comfortable. The auction is about to start.
Right then.
Keeping on top of the online bids are Charlotte and George, and Nick is on porter duty.
And this all came out of the most wonderful house. It was like stepping back 100 years.
First out the blocks, one of Marion's spectacular lamps.
Fantastic chrome lamp is that. 80 bit, £80 a bit at 80. The floor lamp, 590, 5, 100, 110.
Angus's friend and antique dealer Luke takes an interest straight away.
120, 130, 140, 150, 150 it's out at 150, 160, 170. At 170 it is then at 170. Selling at 170.
And he gets it.
That'll do nicely.
Next, will time fly off the shelf?
This super classic French deco slate marble clock. Look at that. Couldn't get any more deco, could you? Let's not muss about. 40 straight in. £40 a bit at 40 it is. Let's go now. 225, 45, 48, 50. 50 it is then at 55. £55 at 55. That's 60 bit. Fresh bid at 60. At 60 it is then at £60 at 60. 65 pounds. 70 bit. £70 a bit at 70 it is then at 75. Thank you. 80 a bit. £80 a bit at 80 now at 80 at 80 at 80 at 85. Selling at £85.
Worked hard for that.
Certainly did.
Back to the lights. The Lady Globe, lovely light on the stepped marble base there. 50 straight in. 50. 50 and bid at £50 it is. Then at 55, 60, 5, 70, 5. In the room, 75, 80, 5, 90, 5, 100, 110.
The bidder in the room and the one on the internet are both determined to win the lot.
200, 210, 220, 230, 240, 250, 260, 270, 280, 290, 290. In the room at 290. £290. I'm selling the lamp at 290.
One very satisfied customer.
Oh, good, she's got it.
How about a leather three-piece suite to go with it?
This is probably one of the best suites I've ever seen. Absolutely superb, classic deco design there in a remarkable condition. There we go. Got a few bids on this. We'll go in at £420 it is then. At 420, 440, 460, £460. At 460, superb suite, amazing suite. Worth this all day long. You can just imagine this in some swanky London flat, can't you? At 460, 480 anywhere is it now for the suite? At £460, 480 anywhere is it now? At 460 then. At 460.
Thought I ought to do better.
Angus declares a no sale.
Ultimately, our job as auctioneers is to represent the vendor and get the best price we can for them. So sometimes, things don't make the mark on the day and we keep them back. They go into a future sale. So it's about looking after the vendor and their items.
After the setback, hopefully something pretty will perk things up.
This is lovely. Really, really quality thing there. The 1930s, early 40s. Elizabeth Arden, ladies travelling vanity case there. I don't think it's ever been used. All the bottles, £40 bid. 40 and bid at 40, 42, 45. We've suddenly woken up now on the net. At 45, superb lot. At 45, 48. At £48, at 48, 50, at 50, at 50, at 50, at £50.
No sale again from Angus. It's worth more. Maybe the piano will get people more excited.
I've sold a few of these over the years, but never with these chromed lamps on the front. Right, where should be for this?
250 bid for the E-staff, the Deco E-staff there. 260, 270, 280, 290, 300, £300 with the stool. Then at 300, any advance? At £300.
Did okay.
And we're back on track.
The 1920s Lalique opalescent glass bowl there. That's beautiful, isn't it? Nice. There we go, where should we be for this? 320, 340, 360, anywhere is it now? 360 is it, 360, 380 at 380 it is. At £380 I'm selling then. At 380.
The bids are rolling in once more.
Superb Deco tea set there. I've got 460 bid, 480, 500, 520, 540, 560, 580, 600. At 620, 620 fresh bid now, 640, 660. 680, 700, 720, 740, 760, 760 it is.
Next.
The Lloyd Loom sprung rocking chair on the corner there, very comfy. £28, £30 we got there. All done at £30.
Although the Lloyd Loom chair doesn't set the auction room on fire, Angus has a good feeling about the standard lamp.
Right, this is, I think, one of my favourite bits out the whole job, because I've never seen one. The Lloyd Loom standard lamp. £50 start me. 50, bid, 5, 55, 65, 75, 85, 95, at 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160, 170, 180, 190, 200, 200, 210, 220, 230, 240. In my 20-odd year career, I've never seen one. 250, room bid, 260, 270, 280, 290, 300, 320, 320 it is, then at 340, 360, 360 it is, 380, 400. Room bid at 400. The gavel is going up. I'm going to sell at £400.
It's another sale to Luke.
I'm pleased with that.
It's been a busy day, and by the end, Angus sells 74 lots for Marion and David.
I mean, a mixed bag, and you're always going to get that. Some things fly, other things struggle a little bit, but I think overall we did all right.
I think so.
You'll be walking away with £5,103.
You're joking?
No. Is that good?
It's excellent. Well, thank you very much for all your hard work.
It's been a really good day today, and I think Marion and David have been quite surprised and very pleased with how much money they've raised. And, you know, there'll be more to come when we sell the suite, the vanity unit, etc. And, you know, it's been a good day.
I think Angus has done an amazing job. What can I buy with that money now?
I'm sure you'll find something.
Angus now has another mission for Pete and Gary, a house clearance 200 miles away.
Long drive, lads.
Where are we going today?
Shropshire. Do you know where that is?
It's down there, isn't it? Down south.
Right, Shropshire, here we come.
The hands-free is ideal to keep in touch on the journey.
Have you two been there before?
We've been around that area, haven't we?
It's not actually that far from Wales, really.
They are visiting married couple Simon and Julia at Simon's parents' home. His parents, Rosemary and Leslie, retired to this former farm cottage 30 years ago after running a hotel in Devon. But sadly, Leslie passed away 2 years ago, leaving Rosemary alone.
Since Dad died, she's struggled a lot because she's had a lot of falls and she's moved into a home. And so we're selling everything to clean the cottage so that we can set it.
Rosemary was very, very loath to sort of get rid of things because they meant so much to her and they meant so much to Les. When we explained about how Angus approached things, she realised that, you know, this was
the best way to go
about it.
Any money that we make, it all goes into the pot for Mum's care. Every penny of it.
Simon doesn't want to let his mum down, so he's relying on Angus's help.
should be an interesting one. They just want us to take basically anything that we can sell. It sounds like a real nice cottage, big gardens, a couple of outbuildings, so there might be some interesting bits. Sounds good.
Hiya.
Hi.
Hi, you all right?
Yes. Do you want to come in?
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
This two-bedroom cottage is full of family belongings, all to be cleared before the house is sold.
I love this house already. Look at all these old beams. They're gorgeous, aren't they?
Yeah.
Huge fireplace, that chimney. I love that. You can get in it, can't you?
Yeah.
Over the years, Simon's parents built up an interesting mix of collectibles and curios, from antique furniture to ceramics and glass.
I love the owl.
Dad was a big fan of owls. He used to go to owl sanctuaries and have them, you know, they go on the gauntlet and all the rest of it. He used to love his owls, Dad did.
Is there anything that you're keeping, or is it really just take whatever we can sell? And
If you think it's worthwhile taking.
I suppose we best have a look upstairs. Yeah.
This is the little bedroom.
Chest of drawers, you know, good period piece. They don't do fortunes, but it's, you know, chests are always popular. Good solid, you know, period chests.
There is in that wardrobe there. I think there's a few model trains that have never come out the box.
Wonderful. I'll have a look for those.
Pete and Gary have just pulled up with a van. And while Simon and Julia salvage something in the kitchen, Angus is salvage hunting in the cupboard.
Got loads of model railway layout and accessories. But with model railway, the value is in the engines. And we've got some engines, or locomotives. And this is nice. This is Bachmann, which is a higher quality. They're particularly good makes. They tend to do fairly well, so that's all nice boxed up. Then we've got Hornby, and these are all double O gauge. So there's 20, 40, 50. It's about 80 to 120 pounds there. Plus got all the accessories, so yeah, nice little collection.
Simon's dad was mad about trains.
I actually bought Dad driving lesson on the Severn Valley Railway. He actually ended up driving a train with about 6 or 7 coaches, and he absolutely loved it.
And here we've got some lead figures. There's one that's unmade up there of Henry V. And then these are from a range called Del Prado. There's a few of those figures there. They don't do huge amounts of money, and the unmounted figures, so ones not on horseback, are, you know, £3, £4 a figure. Horseback ones are about £5, £6 a figure. They're very collectible, people like them, and you know, you can set them up on a shelf, make a little display quite easily. So when I was a little lad, I loved these. You know, I was fascinated in the Napoleonic Wars, you know, reading Sharp, and there we've got the famous man himself, the Duke of Wellington. Arguably the most successful British general of all time.
A good start. But there are more cupboards to explore.
Again, great half helm there, with the nose guard. Again, these are all reproduction, sort of reenactors pieces, but still very saleable from a decorative point of view. Got a leather jerk in there. So that would come over, that would have gone under potentially armour or something like that to give protection. This fantastic overcoat there. Again, it's made to copy, but still very decorative, still very saleable. So there's a few interesting bits coming out the cupboards.
My dad loved taking part in battle reenactments. They would have like one load of blokes dress up as Roundheads, one dress up as Royalists, and they were quite, you know, the arm and the stuff was quite realistic, and they'd just beat hell out of each other on a Sunday afternoon after they'd been in the pub.
With Pete and Gary ready, it's time to spring into action.
You made it then, lads.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a few bits to pack up and a few bits of furniture, and fairly straightforward.
Good.
Nice one.
And I'll give you a hand, you know.
Yeah.
What makes you laugh when I say that? Come on.
Every time. it's quite...
Pete and Gary make a start on the living room, while Angus now investigates the hallway.
Every cupboard is full. But what is it full of? That's the question. You've got to go through everything because you just don't know what's tucked away. Most of this, I think, is going to be plated cutlery, which as a group lot will sell, but not huge amounts of money. Solid silver is 92.5% silver. And, you know, it's hallmarked silver plate, very different. You have a base metal, usually copper, and then there's a layer of silver that goes over the top. A bit more durable and a lot cheaper. So you can get the silver look with something that's a bit more practical for less money.
While Angus hunts for silver, have Pete and Gary found gold in the outbuilding?
Are you all right?
Yeah, fine.
Spiders.
What's wrong with you now, Pete?
Don't...
Look, spiders, they're not going to get you.
Look, I'd like to just go away from them anyway.
You all right?
Yeah.
Much to Pete's dismay, several spiders have set up home on this Victorian pine cupboard, giving it a beautiful cobweb finish. But Angus can see through the grime.
That sort of thing, that sort of country house housekeeper's cupboards, I think that's the gem of the job. It's got a few faults in it, but that really, really saleable.
You all right? You've got it now?
Yeah, Pete, this is what you'll need at the end of the day. A few more cobwebs, though.
Finally, the truck is loaded, and Simon and Julia can see how much has gone from the house.
The entranceway's cleared out. It's quite big in here, actually, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is. Yes, it's certainly different.
Hopefully, having taken some bits away now, it's kick-started the process for you.
Right.
It's sad to see some of the things go, some of the things that Simon grew up with. And
Time moves on, I'm afraid. Time doesn't stand still, and it has got to be done. But it's a start now, and it's. I think we've broken the back of it, so that's the main thing.
Hopefully, what it's done is it's helped kickstart them to get the property emptied, and I think that was the important thing for them. And yeah, it will raise a little bit of money that'll help towards Rosemary's care. The one star bit is that pine cupboard that was in the outbuilding. I think they'll have a bit of a surprise with that.
At Kirby Moorside, sales manager Mark is waiting to cast his eye over Simon's parents' treasures.
What goodies you got then? No, I mean, this is like a 18th century sort of gentleman's dress, isn't it? That's an absolute belter with the buttons and everything. Fantastic. Well made.
A little bit concerned. The traditional furniture is a bit of a struggle, you know, but what sells will add up. But overall, you know, hopefully we'll have a good day.
As a militaria specialist, Mark is very excited about the sale.
All right, Mark, what have you got to show me then?
Well, it was just this reenactors' costumes.
Well,
the gentleman that came from, I think he'd been in the Sealed Knot.
Sealed Knot?
Yeah. They've been going about 50 years, 50, 60 years, and they do reenactments, mainly of the English Civil War.
Oh, OK.
You know what?
Yeah, I'll try this one. Well, that'll salute me. That's rather a good fit.
That looks all right, that.
What do you reckon it'll go for?
Well, the quality of it won't reflect the price, I don't think. It's going to be 40, 60, something like that. Yeah.
Let's hope who buys it actually uses it.
Very dapper, Nick. Just what every sale room assistant should be wearing. It's a bright new morning in North Yorkshire, and Simon and Julia have made the 200-mile journey from Ludlow to Kirby Moorside.
Morning.
Morning, you're right.
How are we doing? Are you all right?
Fine, thank you.
Well, a bit of Yorkshire sunshine for you. Come in and have a look round and I'll catch up with you shortly.
Thank you very much. Thank you. The cottage has got to be cleared, and hopefully it'll get to people who appreciate it more than the monetary side of it. So we'll just have to see what we get, and anything's a bonus, really.
There's one last chance for Simon to take a look at his parents' items before the bidding starts.
Certainly different looking at it now, isn't it, when it's not on the wall and it's not at home. It's a bit sad, really.
The thing that they've got is that fantastic housekeeper's cupboard. I think Simon's going to have a big shop because I don't think he rates that pine cupboard. He thinks it's just kindling. Actually, that is the star of the whole job. That's going to sell really well.
It's time to get settled.
Right then, morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Angus is about to kick off the auction. Assisting him today are Charlotte and George, who will be keeping an eye on internet bids.
Right then.
First up, what Angus found in Simon's mum's whole cabinet. Some silver-plated cutlery and a glass cruet set.
Nice little mixed lot there. Where should be for this? £20 start me, 20 straight in, 22, 25, £25 at £25. Then we all done them selling at 25.
A modest start. Next, furniture. Starting with the chest of drawers from the bedroom.
The oak chest, the 19th century oak chest there. There we go. Where should be for this? Good period chest. Just needs a bit of restoration on it. But don't we all? At £25 start me. 25, anywhere is it now? £25 bid at 25.
With no bidders, Angus withdraws the chest from the auction for another sale day. Over the next 15 minutes, Angus tries to sell the rest of the wooden items he picked up from the house.
It's a little mixture, this lot. You get a bit of everything. We've got a 19th century drop leaf table, corner cupboard, a little stool, £25 straight in. I'm going to sell at £25. This is a superb quality oak cabinet. Look at that lovely cabinet there. And I've got several bids on this. We're at 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110. At 110 it is. At £110 then, I'm selling then. At £110, the oak cabinet there at 110. The Edwardian sectional telegram box. £20, I'm straight in at £20 at 20. 22, let's go now surely. 25, 28, 30. £30 it's at. 32, fresh bid. 32 it is. At £32, lovely thing. The telegram rack there at £32. At £32, the gavel is up then at £32.
Small amounts, but they're all adding up. Anyone fancy a bit of 17th century fashion?
The reenactor style steel helmet. There we go, the half helm. The leather jerkin, there we go, your complete kit for a night out in Scarborough. There we go, where should be for this? £30 start me, £30, 30, you think I'm joking? 42 we're up to, £42 at £42, 42, 45, 48, 48, 50, 50 a bid at 50, £50 it is then at 50. Who doesn't want to be a knight for the weekend? £50 at 50 at 50 at £50. George, surprise your wife? £50 it is then at 50, at £50 at 50. We're all done at £50.
Sold to a private buyer in Blackpool.
The red coat is a former member of the silk knot there. The red coat officer's tunic, 40 straight in, 2, 5, 8, 50, 50 it is. At £50 at 55 is it now? 55, 60, 60 it is. At 60, we're all done at 60. At £60.
Next, some metal pieces from Simon's parents' living room.
Including this Eastern embossed jardinier. It's a good lot that. £30 a bid at 32, 5, 8, 40, 2, 5, 8, 50, 50 wrap, £50, 55, 60, 65, 75, 80, £80 at 80 it is then at 80. It's the jardinier they want. 110, 120. £120 it is then at 120. 130, 140, 150 is it now? 150 is it now? 150 are they in? 150. 160, 160, 170 is it now? 170 anywhere now? At 170 is it? At £160 then. We're all done, I'm selling at £160.
That was your granddad's.
Thank you.
Going to a new home in Middlesbrough.
The selection of Del Prado Napoleonic figures, there we go.
Some of the 20 cast metal soldiers and a cannon found in the cupboard ready for battle.
At £15, let's go now, there's a lot of them there. 18, 20, £20 at 20 and bid at 22, 25. 25 it is then at £25 at 25. 28, anywhere is it now? At 25, 8, £30 a bid at 30 it is then at £30 at 30. We're all done at £30. The Model Railway, this is a very good collection there. Some good engines in there, including the Bachmann locomotives. There we go, where should be? £50 start me. £60 at 60 at 60, 65, 70, steaming away now. At £70 at 75, £75. We're on track at £75, selling that at 75. What? Whenever you sell railway, you have to get as many railway puns in as you can. It's the law. At £75, at £75, then at 75. We're all done. We've hit some leaves on the line at £75. I'm selling then at £75. Thank you.
I think that possibly might go to somebody to keep that as it is. Because they've never been taken out of the box, I can't see them playing with them, to be honest. I think they'll stay in the box.
Perhaps Angus's favourite item from the outbuilding will speed ahead.
The late Victorian strip pine housekeeper's type cupboard there. There we go. That's a great thing, isn't it? There. Where should be for this? Got 150 straight in. 150 and bid at 150, 160, 170, 180, 190, 200, 210, 220, 230, 240, 250, 260. At 280, I've got online. 290, 290 in the room at 290 at 300, 320. 320 it is then at 320. At £320 it is then. We're all done for the cupboard at 320. 320.
It makes exactly what Angus estimated. But altogether, has he made enough to make Simon and Julia happy?
It was okay. Bit mixed. We always knew the traditional furniture would be a little bit of a struggle. Overall, you know, I think we got a lot of it away.
That's the main thing, to be honest. It's given us a kick-start. You know, to start clearing the place.
I mean, I know there was a couple of things there that were quite personal. I mean, the train set was...
Yeah, that was going back to, as I said, Dad always loved his trains, but at least they've gone to somebody who's going to really appreciate them.
Yeah, well, you've got £1,059 to come back.
That's fine, now. That's fine. That
there you go, you seem a bit surprised at that. Well, it's amazing how it tots up if you think, you know, £100 here, 300 there, 50 here, 50 there, and it soon ramps up, so... yeah, well, thank you very much.
I'm ever so grateful. Thank you ever so much. It's been wonderful. It really has.
Well, best of luck with the house and enjoy Yorkshire while you're here.
Thank you ever so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you for your help.
Bye.
Thank you. It's so much better than somebody clearing the place. So at least it's nice to know that people hopefully have bought the stuff with a view to keeping them. I just thought that cupboard would be used on a bonfire, so to get that sort of money for it, I'm absolutely astonished, to be honest. Every penny goes towards Mum's care, which all helps.
I think they're pleased, you know, that they've got more money than what they expected, but it's really a stepping stone to start the ball rolling and get the property cleared. So, all in all, I think they're going back down south, happy people.
3 months on, how are Marion and David from Harrogate adjusting to their spacious new surroundings?
It's a totally different world. It really is.
And there are hidden benefits.
It's so much easier to get around. And I mean, the lounge, it would take all morning just to clean. Whereas now, half an hour max.
The big question is, has Marion managed to stop buying any more?
It's already bought a few things, bought some new lamps, 2 lovely photograph frames, which delightful.
And great news. Angus went on to sell the sofa and the vanity case, giving Marion and David a final total of £5,593.